have something to talk about. I've been linked by TuxQ, but I saw it on Twitter also by, what's his name? Shamu posted this. YouTuber Sense of Society created a secret YouTube channel where he talks shit on portions of his family, having CPS called on them and his uncle stealing 60K from him. Sense forgot to change his gamer tags in the videos, confirming it's him. Well, my joke was that I don't think you needed the gamer tag, just like listen to the voice.
And to my mom, and then his stupid ass fucking daughter got involved, and this person is the biggest flop.
There's only one person that sounds like this. Just keep it real. Like, this is very clearly a sensitive society. Now, from this clip, we're gonna watch the entire video. From this clip already, you can kind of tell that this is pretty insane. And one thing I really stress to a lot of people, as much as it might feel therapeutic, as much as it might feel like you're building an audience by being authentic with people online, I don't think you should talk about stuff like this on the internet. And I think you're doing yourself a disservice when you do. And you leave yourself open to criticism. You leave yourself open to being made fun of, which is going to happen today. And Sensitive Society is already a person that is so easily dislikable that you're just offering ammunition. For what? For like 1,000 views on a second channel? Are you even trying to grow it? Like, I don't understand why you would do this. But yeah, let's listen to this first couple of seconds.
My sister and to my mom, and then his stupid ass fucking daughter got involved, and this person is the biggest flop of all time.
So his stupid ass fucking daughter got involved. I'm assuming he's talking about his uncle. And so he's talking about his cousin. So his cousin got involved.
This is not a dig at single moms in any way, shape, or form. I respect them because there's hardworking single moms that do care for their children. And I'm going to say this right now. This person does not care for their kid. As a matter of fact, they wanted the kid to be aborted. They don't treat them. Okay. So I don't think... How do I even... It's just very interesting already. It's very interesting already. I don't think that wanting to have had your kid be aborted immediately means that when you do have that kid, that you can't love that kid and that you can't, you know, raise that kid to be something great. I don't know if you guys know. The GOAT, in my opinion, okay? Cristiano Ronaldo. His mom thought about aborting him because they had already had like 5 or 6 kids. They were living in what is essentially a favela in fucking Portugal. They weren't very rich. And, yes, I know favelas are a Brazilian thing. They straight up, like, they didn't think they could afford to have this kid. So yeah, anyways, my whole point is like, you can think about aborting your kid and then have your kid and then love your kid. And very well. I mean, there's a reason why CPS visited them. And
oh man, that's another thing. Sense. Why are you talking about your cousin being visited by CPS? Again, I'm assuming this is cousin. We're going to get into the actual video, but why are you talking about this online, man? Why?
And I wouldn't be surprised if they get visited again soon.
Dude. That's insane. That is insane.
Soon. So this person has also been arrested. So, you know, her criminal record is online. I've seen it firsthand. It's actually quite funny. The family that everyone thinks in our family, not only mine, but, you know, my other cousins and shit.
Okay, so this is 100% his cousins. Okay, go on.
It's so funny that the family that everyone thinks is the best financially and, you know, together or they're close or whatever the fuck. They're the worst. They're the brokest. They just pretend to be rich and they're all disconnected. Like, the whole family fucking sucks.
This is fucking weird. This is weird. This is the type of shit that you talk about with your homies when you're venting. You know what I mean? Like, you go out for some drinks with your friends and, like, maybe you feel like you want to outlet this stuff somewhere. You talk to your friends about it and then you move on and your friends know not to bring it up because it's obviously like some personal shit. You're shit talking like parts of your family. And Sensitive Society decided to like post this on his secret second channel. What are you fucking thinking? And here's the other thing. Sensitive Society, you have one of the most recognizable fucked up voices like ever. I'm being fucking, that's kind of actually, it's a little racist actually. Let me take it back. you sound particular. You sound specific. You sound like it's very clearly you. Like, yeah, you sound kind of like Mexican, but more importantly, you sound like slow. You sound like a slow Mexican. And so all I'm saying is that, like, there's not a lot of people that sound like Sensitive Society. And so you can try to hide as much as you want. This was always going to be discovered. Like, always. Maybe you make this video and you leave it unlisted. Maybe. But, like, posting it, this is crazy. This is crazy. And then, just so you guys know, I've 100% preserved tubed this already. I tried preserve tubing this video, and then I realized it had already been preserved tubed, which tells me that Shamu preserve tubed it. Anyways, just, you can't post this shit online, dude. You gotta think about it.
Well, not the whole family, but you know what I mean. So anyways, then my uncle's stupid ass fat daughter jumps.
Bro, why are you snarking your fucking cousin so hard? Holy shit.
Jumps in and makes threats to my sister. There's still so...
Wait.
Stupid ass fat daughter jumps in and makes threats to my sister. There's still...
What kind of family dynamic is this? So his cousin is threatening his sister. Apparently his cousin's fat, while also being visited by CPS.
So much that I'm missing. I don't know if this video is going to get any views. I don't care if anyone's...
I don't know if this video is going to get any views. What a weird consideration for what you're talking about right now.
Going to watch this, or I don't even know if I'm going to put this out, but it's something that I've been wanting to get off my chest for a long time. This whole channel...
Dude, does this guy not have friends? Like, IRL? Like, you can't go and talk to some people? Like, Sensitive Society's been a YouTuber for a long time. Like, he's made a lot of money, bro. You need a therapist, it sounds like. You need somebody to talk to. You clearly don't have friends to vent to. Like, hire a therapist. Do something. Like, this is insane. You're just like, this is trashy shit. This is some trashy shit.
Will be my therapy. That is part one.
What? What'd you say, Sensitive Society? What was that?
I've been wanting to get off my chest for a long time. This whole channel will be my therapy. That is part one.
This is bro, do not ever, if you're watching this and you want to make content, do not do this. Do not make a channel where you vent and it's your therapy, okay? If you want to vent about, like, subjects, politics, film, art, whatever the fuck, go ahead. But venting about your personal life on YouTube is a fast track to becoming a lol cow. What are you fucking thinking? Now that I've made this stream, I am 100% sure he's never posting on this channel again. At least not talking about personal life shit. This is insane. Like, and to, like, outwardly say, like, this channel is my therapy. What is wrong with you? You are a crazy person.
One, if you will, of my uncle stealing over $60,000. And side note, and we got the phone call.
Bro, 60 racks. Unc took 60 racks. Unc saw your fuck-ass YouTube channel. He's like, I want some of that. I want some of that. Give me that 60 bands. I need 60 bands right now, Sensitive Society. And Sensitive Society was like, Uncle, I'll give you 60K, Uncle. Of course, Uncle. Anything for you, Uncle.
Oh, he's like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. It was just like, yeah, I want the house back, and you gotta go, and you gotta pay us rent, and when I'll give you your money, I don't know. And he also started threatening me with, every single day that you don't respond to me, I'm going to take away from what you've given me. Because at this point, as of right now, I gave him $60,000. But you gotta add the cost that I put in, the investment I put in, by not only buying the house, but also building a second house. So the main house was going to be for my mom, my dad, my sister.
This is crazy lore drop for, like, no reason. This is insane.
My sister, and then I was going to have my own separate house. So, and that costs money. And my mom asked him, well, are you going to give the money back? And are you also going to give back the money that has invested in this house? I did invest money into the main house because, once again, it was going to be mine. His response was no. Why did he start building in something that isn't his? Oh my god. Sense is getting raped here.
It's actually over. His uncle is raping him. Holy fuck.
Back the money that has invested in this house. I did invest money into the main house because once again it was going to be mine. His response was no. Why did he start building in something that isn't his?
That's hilarious. So I guess uncle owns the property, and Sensitive Society puts like $60,000 into the property, I don't know, as like an investment, and they're seeking to put a second building on the property so that him and his sister can live in it. And now uncle's like, I don't know why you started building on this property. This ain't your shit. All right, Sense? Kick rocks, you fucking loser. Oh my god, that's brutal. That's fucking brutal. Being out 60K on that? Jesus. Why would you fucking post this on YouTube? You're an idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
I have the documents though, bro. Which is absolutely fucking disgusting. How could you say that when you were like, yeah, this is your house. You're doing the payments. You've given me over $60,000. God knows how much you've invested into this. And now he's like, nah, we're not doing that. I don't know when you're going to see your money, and you're not getting the money back that you invested into the property. So, and you gotta pay us rent, and you gotta go. And then he also started making threats that he,
bro. So, if they're asking him to pay rent, I presume he still lives with his family. That's such a weird dynamic. You give a guy $60,000, and you're expected to pay rent without them returning that money. This is insane. This is like actually a fucked up situation. Like, I actually feel bad for Sensitive Society.
Said he was going to send people over and change the lock.
Oh fuck, dude, this is some toxic shit. That's brutal. That's fucking brutal. Yo, Sensitive Society needs friends, bro. Like, Pegasus ain't cutting it. Like, I know that they're friends online. Okay, they're shit talking me. Sense. I'm not offering to talk to you because I'm not interested, but you need to find some friends and talk to them. Okay, this ain't working. This whole shebang here, posting on YouTube to talk about your problems, that ain't it.
Sad way to go out.
By the way, I did do something like this once when I was like 20. I never posted. It was an unlisted video that I just posted. I was like ranting for an hour while I was playing like Black Ops 3, and I was like complaining about like, I don't know if it was relationship shit or like a friendship or something, but I was just complaining about like a dynamic. At like 20, I had the foresight to not post that. Like, what are we doing? What is this? And Sense, like, you've been online for a long time. You know better. How are you in 2026, like 9 years after your debut on YouTube, posting this shit? It's insane.
So, moral of the story, and this is something that I wish I would have known sooner: do not mix business with family. I never thought it would happen to me. I never thought I would be betrayed by my uncle and have $50,000-$60,000 stolen from me. I guess we'll see how.
I mean, I think it's not about don't do business with family. It's if you are going to do business with family, first off, like, I think have a lot of things in writing, frankly. You know what I mean? Like, if you're investing $60,000 into a property, you probably should have that ran through a lawyer. You should probably have $60,000 worth of equity in the house. Sounds like you didn't do that. So, I don't know. Lesson learned, don't listen to your fucking Mexican uncle that fucking sees your YouTube channel and goes, you can pay the mortgage. You can pay the mortgage. Okay, Sense? Thank you.
How shit goes in 6 months. Maybe.
It's fucking brutal. Anyways, so that was a 3-minute segment of the video. But the video's 15 minutes. And he's got other videos too that we need to watch. Let's find out. My uncle stole $60,000 from me, stole my house, and have no one to talk to about this. That is a fucking miserable title. Holy fuck. What do you even say about that? That's like as bad as it gets. Oh my god. This part is just, I don't know what to say, bro. This is like fucking brutal. I have no one to talk to about this. You don't have friends, man? Fuck, bro. Think about that, eh? This guy has like 500,000 subs on YouTube. Doesn't have a friend to talk to about his problems. That's fucking miserable. You gotta diversify in life, bro. You really do. I was trying to figure out whose channel this was. Is this Sensitive Society backup? 2026 is the new 2016 in the best way possible. Black Ops gameplay, plus a dude just speaking his mind. Can't get better content than this, to be honest. Bro only lasted 7 rounds. That's awesome. Fucking hell. Listen. Objectively, this is hilarious. This is very funny. Also, this is fucking sad. Like, this is a sad thing that we're watching right now, that we're talking about. There's kind of no way to get around that. This is just like a very depressing. Yeah, it's fucked up. There's recycled gameplay from his Pegasus video in it. That's so funny. That's so funny. Okay, let's run this shit.
So I never thought something like this could happen to me. I never expected a situation to get this bad, to the point where my uncle, which I trusted, he was kind of like a dad figure, if you will. I never expected.
Fuck, dude. Oh, Jesus. A dad figure? And he's doing you raw like that? Fuck, man. Bro, I don't know how hard I can make fun of him, bro. I actually kind of feel bad, bro. Like, oh, why the fuck are you talking about this online? Every chud has daddy issues they can't cope with. I mean, you're kind of cooking. You're kind of cooking. This guy's a Mexican and like has no problem with Asmongold. Asmongold would ship your ass home, dog. He'd hear you talk once and be like, get this guy the fuck out of the... He can't even speak English. That's what Asmongold would say. Not me. I would never say that. He can clearly speak English. He just has an accent. Okay. He's doing you raw. Yeah, I mean, he is doing him raw. It's fucked up. What do you want me to say? The guy's out 60K from the guy that he thought was basically his dad. Are you kidding me? This is like worst case scenario.
Which I trusted. He was kind of like a dad figure, if you will. I never expected someone like that. Not only...
like, is it fair to assume that like Sensitive Society doesn't have a close affiliation with his father? Is that like a crazy thing for me to say at this point? I don't know.
Steal over $60,000, but also take my house and then demand more money and then make threats, not only to me, but to my family. 2026 has been an extremely unique year for me. And I'm sure, I don't know if anyone's watching this, but I'm sure for a lot of you guys as well. So no, the title wasn't clickbait. It is a true story. And it's something that I'm actually still going through as a...
Bro, you know what's so fucked? You know what's so fucked about this whole situation? Is Noah Samson was getting fucking molested by the law via Ethan Klein, and this motherfucker celebrated it. Like, it's shit like that that makes me like back up and go, you know what, like, fuck this guy. But even then, bro, this is like a brutal, like, I genuinely, you kind of gotta, sometimes you gotta write shit off to like just incompetence. Like, he is a Sensitive Society is like an incompetent person. Like, he's you know, there are words that start with the letter R that like very clearly apply to him. And so like it gets to a point where you're, you know, he seems to be fatherless. Saw his uncle as his dad basically, and his uncle takes 60,000 from him. Like, I don't know, man. It's Sense can make the 60K back with a little H3 ball washing. I hope so, honestly. Now's a great time to fucking glaze H3, okay, bro? Start making your money back. You're gonna need to pay off that 60K. I mean, I guess he's already paid the 60K, right? So he's out 60K, but he doesn't owe 60K.
So right now. So yeah, it is true. I had a family member in this situation, my uncle, who I'm not going to name for obvious reasons, but I had an uncle. Truth be told, I thought this was someone that I could trust with pretty much anything. This is someone who's in his 60s who, you know, is a pretty...
Fuck, dude. This is a guy I thought I could trust with everything. Fuck, bro.
Once again, family, wealthy. You would be like, well, why would he steal money from you? I mean, who are you even? Why would someone that is successful, has pretty much everything you could imagine, except, you know, a good daughter, why would someone like that do that?
Jesus, bro. Sense. You need to chill out. Has everything he could have wanted except for a good daughter. Bro, he's called his cousin fat, said she's a bad daughter, talked about her criminal history, talked about her thinking about aborting her kid, and talked about her having CPS called, all within this 15-minute video. First of all, I have to say, this is the most entertaining sensitive society content I've seen in ages. Let's just be honest. But also, holy fuck, bro. What is wrong with you? Why are you posting this online? Am I a broken record? Like, should I stop saying that? Because I feel like it just simply applies. I don't want to keep saying it because I do sound like a broken record, but it gets to a point where you're like, I'm dumbfounded by the fact that anyone would feel comfortable talking shit like this about their family online. Like, what does this benefit you in any way? Sure, you're venting. You're giving ammunition to everyone. To everyone. Nuts. Fucking nuts. Oh, it's not. Oh.
To their nephew, let alone a nephew that's been there to help him out when he's needed money. This is not the first time a 65-year-old, 70-year-old has asked me, a YN in his 20s, for money, which I'm sure hurt his ego, hurt his pride. Like, you know, I'm 70, I'm close to dying. I gotta ask this guy in his 20s for money because no one else has money in this family. I wouldn't be surprised if...
Oh, fuck, bro. That's brutal. So sense, I guess, comes from... nothing really, and it makes sense because he is a fucking idiot. So he probably comes from a family that's pretty poor, uneducated, and he's the meal ticket. That's the reality. He's the meal ticket. You see this a lot with athletes that come out of like poor homes, and their family sees them making millions, and they go, "Yo, like, hook me up," you know, yada yada. And in this case, it kind of seems like his uncle wanted him to contribute to the house in such a way, okay, and maybe made promises that he couldn't keep, and is now keeping the $60,000. It's fucking brutal, dude. They actually abused him as their meal ticket. Insane.
Turns out that none of these people fucked with me. They were just there to get money out of me, which once again, I would have never expected this from, you know, an uncle and my closest uncle and someone that was extremely successful. But yet he has his stupid ass daughter, you know, whispering in his ear, being like, yo, you should probably do this. This is the move.
Oh, man. And there's even kind of like a cope here where he almost doesn't want to believe that his uncle is coming up with these ideas on his own. Like, his uncle wouldn't rob him, but maybe his uncle's daughter, okay, his cousin, would influence his uncle into taking money from him and cutting him out of the family and saying, if you don't pay rent, even though I owe you $60K, I'm gonna fucking change the locks and get you kicked out of this place. Fuck, dude. Fuck, there's like deep levels of cope here, and it's brutal. It's actually fucking brutal.
I know that I've been yapping for a minute now, but I'm giving you guys the lore, the context, if you will. This is someone, my uncle, who made bad business decisions. He was essentially broke. He didn't have a lot of money, to the point where, once again, he had to ask for $50,000, if not $65,000 from me. Once again, a YN, someone in their 20s. So here's how everything got started. He was having financial problems. This guy built multiple houses. Many years ago, he was like, you know, I would want someone to watch this house, so why don't you and your family move in here? You don't have to pay any rent. You can just pay for the services, whatever you need, but you will not pay rent, right? It's not like I was homeless. It's not like we were homeless. Like we had a home, all right? But we were like, you know, let's do it. Let's, you know how people are. Let's help out the family. Let's do this. Let's do that. So long story short, that house became where we lived for over 10 years, right? Once again, rent free. It was a mutual agreement. You just take care of the house. You pay the services.
This isn't like uncommon. This isn't uncommon.
Is you make sure no one gets in, no one steals, yada yada yada, and in return you pay no rent. So it was a mutual agreement. And then in my personal life, I started becoming quite successful in my other businesses. So, you know, I was making good money, still am. We live there, we make our life
in his other businesses. He does stuff outside of YouTube. That's interesting.
There, everything is
not uncommon with a contract, though. Yes and no. Like, we're not at a point where a contract makes like super duper sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you could do a contract, you could do a lease, you could do a, you know, whatever the fuck. But oftentimes you will have these scenarios where, you know, your uncle, your granddad, yada yada, they built a house or they have a spare house and they go, listen, you know, you guys are paying rent over there. Just live in my house, take care of it, yada yada. I'm living over here at the cottage or whatever the fuck. Like, it's not as uncommon as what you're saying. What, you aren't supposed to pay rent when you can? Well, again, it sounds like sense of society in this situation was living in a different house with his family. They were paying rent, and uncle, who apparently is kind of wishy-washy with his success with building homes and finances, that he goes, well, you know, you guys want to live in this house that I have built? Like, it's not that uncommon. I don't want it to, nothing is giving me like crazy red flags so far. Like at best, like some like light yellow flags.
It's good. Money starts coming in, and around a year or two ago, he starts having money issues because he got in trouble with the law. Now, I don't know how exactly or what happened to him for him to fuck his whole life up at 70 years old. But long story short, his daughter's a dumb thought. You know, the wife is an NPC.
His daughter's a dumb thought.
And the U.S. government starts investigating him. So my mom has the great idea to be like, well, you know what? Let's help him out. He's helped us out so much throughout the years. This is my mom talking, by the way. He has helped us out so many times throughout the last few years. He supported us. He's my...
An agreement in writing is basic, though. Any type of agreement protects all parties. I'm not disagreeing with you that it's the better idea. Like, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you that it's not uncommon for these things to not be written. You can be right and acknowledge that, like, what you're saying is not, like, you know... What they're doing is not crazy. You know what I mean? Moving into a family member's house without like fucking on paper details and shit, it's not uncommon.
My brother, so let's help out now that we can. And I'm like, I don't even want to live there. That's not my dream house. But I'm thinking to myself, well, I could buy this house for my mom. And then I could just buy my own apartment in Japan. Because at the time I was considering moving to Japan. Houses, apartments are a lot cheaper.
Sense was considering moving to Japan. I mean, I think Japanese people kind of like or like love Mexicans low key, so maybe
cheaper in Japan.
I think he's just a fucking weeb. I think he's just a fucking weeb.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about let's move to LA.
Mitsukan. What does that even mean? Mitsukan. What is this? So Mitsukan's like a food company. Olive oil. Sense of Society named his second channel after like rice vinegar. Deadass. All right. Well, I mean, whatever floats your boat, bro. It's funny.
That's
like when you get one of those tattoos in like Japanese letters, you don't know what it means. It just says dick water, and you thought it meant like happiness.
But, I'm always thinking about my mom. This is perfect because in my head and in my mom's head, it was perfect because we were like, well, we get to help him out. We get to, he needs money and, I'm in a position where I could help. And then my mom gets a house, right? Forever home, if you will. I mean, she's lived there for over 10 years. We've lived there. So it's like, well, it's mutual for everyone. He gets his money. He wanted 90 and we had an agreement of how we're going to pay and how long it was going to be.
So he wanted 90,000 for what? The house?
We signed off on it. We agree. I have proof. There's signatures. There's receipts. So, this fucker is not getting off this easily. I know that this story is all over the place, but it literally is all over the place. The whole situation is all over the fucking place. So we make a deal. I'm like, okay, I'll buy this house for 90K over a 3-year period, right? That was established. My uncle was there. His stupid ass wife was there. My mom was there and I was there. So everyone agrees with it. Everything's good.
Okay. So it's on paper. You've got a contract that says, I pay you 90K over the course of 3 years. I own the home. Okay, so where's the issue going to come in here?
Everything's good for the first year or so. Making the payments. Here's X amount of dollars. Here's 5. Here's 10. Here's 3. Here's 2. Everything's good. And that something is about to go wrong when everything in your life is good. You have money. Your business is doing great. Your family is good.
That's a doomer mindset, by the way.
Healthy.
Low-key accurate, but also doomer as fuck to think that way.
Your dogs are alive. You have 4 or 5 cars. You're buying your mom, 2025, 2026 car. Your whole family's taken care of. You're traveling to Japan once per year. You have money. You have investments.
That was like a subtle. Just like, I don't know why he dropped that randomly. You're traveling to Japan once a year. He really likes Japan.
Investments. Everything's good, right? And once again, I go back to, that
the Japanese aren't very welcoming to foreigners, from what a friend told me. Well, so Japan's in this weird scenario right now where they're kind of getting, their economy's fucked because they don't believe in immigration. and they don't want any immigrants, really. They just want Japanese people. They want Japan to be for Japan. And because of that, their populace is very old. Like, it's a very old, and they don't replace, like, they breed. They breed below replacement level. And so you're going to lose a lot of Japanese people over the next, like, you know, decade or two. And you're kind of already seeing the effects of it, of a declining population, a declining workforce. And what ends up happening is your economy isn't so strong. People that come from stronger economies come as tourists. Their buying power is stronger than yours, so they can outcompete with you on, you know, restaurants, on, you know, tourist locations, whatever the fuck. Their money is just more valuable. Like, they have more, they're coming from countries that have stronger dollars than you do, and they have more to spend. So when they don't like foreigners in terms of tourists, a lot of it is because there are so many tourists now that go there because their money is just worth more. And in terms of immigrants, they don't like immigrants because they want Japan to be Japanese. They're not used to having different looking people come into that country, you know? Japan's a unique place. Like, it's very interesting. Like, there's a lot that you can admire about it, but there's a lot that you need to look at as kind of like a warning sign of what could come to your country if you're not careful, you know? A lot of people paint me with this brush that, like, I don't like immigration. But first off, not the case. Like, I am literally the result of immigration. But also, more importantly, most first world countries cannot exist without immigration, because most first world countries do not reproduce above replacement level. Look at the countries that reproduce the most. It's all, like, frankly, shitholes. Like, not to be that guy, but, like, you know, you want to go live in, like, the middle of, like, a random spot in India? Absolutely not. And they know it's like I know, like, you shouldn't call it shithole countries, yada yada. Like, you know, Trump said that shit. But objectively, like, there's a reason these motherfuckers leave. You know, there's a reason they want to come to your country. Sorry. And I'm sure, listen, there's aspects of every country's culture that are, like, very good and shit, but they're leaving for a reason.
That something's about to go fucking wrong when everything in your life is going great. I was a YN with money, success, cars, and everything. And of course, the 70-year-old would get jealous. This is so much tea.
Oh, brutal. Brutal. So he's essentially, his father figure is becoming jealous of his success. That's a fucked position to be in.
Yeah, I might have to make a part 2. Anyways.
Like, you would hope your, you know, in this case, your father figure would be happy for your success.
I'm coming back from my November, December Japan trip. I was there for 5 to 6 weeks. Had a great time. I took my whole family with me, you know, my mom, my sister, as I did the previous year, because I love my family. I love to give back to the people that have been there since I literally had $1. So yeah, I'm going to fucking take them to Japan.
These fucking mosquitoes. Fuck, man. Okay, I got that one. There's fucking blood on my hand. Ew. Ugh. This is going in the laundry.
I possibly can. You gotta keep this in mind because he's a fucking retard and he's like 70. He has no money. He's running out of money.
That's so funny. He's a fucking retard and he's like 70. Oh my god.
His family fucking sucks. You know, the whole family sucks. Well, not the whole family, but 80% of the family fucking sucks. And I regret
80%, bro. 80% of his family fucking sucks. Also, I guess this is the confirmation that we have that this is sensitive society, if anyone couldn't tell. That's brutal. He thinks 80% of his family sucks.
Well, not the whole family, but 80% of the family fucking sucks.
Might as well be the whole family at that point. Jesus.
And I regret ever going over or helping them in any way, shape, or form. Long story short.
Oh my god. First of all, that's brutal. But you know what's worse than that?
And I regret ever going over or helping them in.
Look at how shit he is at this game. He's fucking terrible at COD. What do you mean you went 18 and 21? This guy sucks. 60,000, your family betraying you. Fuck all that. You suck at COD, bro. Bro, actually, you deserve to lose 60k. The fuck's wrong with 18 and 21? Okay. Okay, sense of society. Jeez, bro. Honestly, he should have stolen more money from you. He needs it. He deserves it more than you. Holy fuck.
In any way, shape, or form. Long story short, I'm coming back from my Japan trip. My uncle is still, you know, fighting with the government, and he might go to jail. So fingers crossed he goes to fucking jail and dies.
fuck? Listen to what he's saying, bro.
With the government, and he might go to jail. So fingers crossed he goes to fucking jail and dies there. That's the
Bro, he wants his fucking father figure to go to jail and die in jail over 60 racks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that's terrible. That's bad. It can't be that serious. What that tells me, when you're telling me that type of shit, what that tells me is you're short on money. That tells me that maybe you haven't invested well, and that tells me that that 60K meant a lot to you. In which case, valid. I can get behind that. But also, you want your fucking father figure to rot and die in jail over 60 racks. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
From my Japan trip, my uncle is still, you know, fighting with the government, and he might go to jail. So fingers crossed he goes to fucking jail and dies there. That's the ending that he deserves. I don't remember how
That's the ending he deserves.
whole conversation started, but I believed he just called me up one day and was like, my mom was there, and he was just like, yeah, you know, we love you, your family, we supported you, yada yada yada, all of this BS, just pretty much singing everything they've done for us, right? It's like, no one asked us to help, you could have said no. And I personally have never asked for his help. I never asked for money from him, never. Why? Because I'm not a fucking loser like a lot of my other cousins are, who are like, yo, you know, you're the most successful of this family, could you like help me out?
Bro, he's snarking his whole ass family, bro. Bro, listen to what he's saying.
Us to help, you could have said no. And I personally have never asked for his help. I never asked for money from him, never. Why? Because I'm not a fucking loser like a lot of my other cousins are, who are like, yo,
I'm not a fucking loser like a lot of my other cousins are. Oh my god, dude.
oh, you know, you're the most successful of this family, could you like help me out? I am extremely proud to be semi self-made, and I say semi because I couldn't do this without my family. I built my other business from zero to making 6 figures, and that's not to flex, that's literally telling.
Interesting. What is the other business? Is he just talking about his other YouTube channel? Is that what he's talking about? That must be what he's talking about. Because I guess his whole thing with his second channel is he doesn't want people to know that it's sensitive society. So he's talking about it. Okay. That makes sense.
Telling you that you can do anything you want in life if you really want to. There's so much lore. I might have to drop a part 2 so this video isn't like 40 minutes long.
I might need to drop a part 2, bro.
But I do believe, and I'm not the only one that feels like this, I do believe that this was someone that was jealous of the amount of success I got, and I'm not 80 years old. You know what I mean? Which I never expected. The most successful person in my family to be jealous of a 20-year-old. I would have never thought about that. When you go from nothing to...
You're not 20, bro. There's no way you're 20 years old.
Having hundreds of thousands of dollars, people start to look at you different. They start treating you different. I remember once I was living in Canada.
Yeah, but bro, like, you can't say that and then tell me this story about how dumb you were with, like, your interaction with your uncle.
Canada at the time, and I sent him, my mom, you know, God bless my mom, but sometimes she's kind of an NPC. It was Father's Day, and my mom was like, you should wish him a happy Father's Day. So I'm like, number one, he's not even my dad, what the fuck? But I'm just like, okay, fine.
Oh man, this is a tough... Oh, there's some deep trauma here, is what I'm realizing. Your mom is telling you to reach out to your uncle to say Happy Father's Day. Yeah, bro, this is tough, bro. And this is the guy that's fucking robbing you. Yeah. That's tough.
I'll do it, you know, whatever. And I said, hey, Happy Father's Day, hope you're doing well. He didn't even say thank you. He just said, can you let me borrow $5, or was it 5 or... I think it was like $10,000. He was like, hey, can you let me borrow $5,000 or $10,000? And I...
That's so fucking funny. Happy Father's Day. He goes, yeah, you got 10 racks real quick?
don't think I responded. I'm like, is this like a meme? Like, is this supposed to be funny? I don't know. I found that so weird, and I even told my mom, and we were just like joking about it, because we were just like, it's funny. Keep this in mind, this guy is, or was, I don't know, he was pretty successful. He lived in the nicest area. He drove, Lexuses and Porsches, and you know what kind of person I'm talking about. So for them to be asking me, it's just like, what? But going back to the phone call, he's, saying all the stuff that he's done for us. And we're just like, what the fuck is he about to say? And then he says, I don't want to do the deal anymore. And you guys will have to pay us immediately. And you guys also have to start paying rent. Oh, and you guys got to leave as well. And then he started saying,
sorry, what is he trying to say here?
I don't want to do the deal anymore. And you guys will have to pay us immediately. And
I don't want to do the deal anymore. So initially the deal is $90K over the course of 3 years, correct? $90K over the course of 3 years.
And you guys also have to start paying rent. You guys will have to pay us immediately. And you
pay us immediately. So I guess now it's $90K right now. I mean, that's bad, but that's doable. But $90K right now to buy the house.
And you guys also have to start paying rent.
What do you mean pay rent? If you have to pay the money right now, the full $90K to buy the house, why would you be paying rent at that point? What does that even mean?
Oh, and you guys got to leave as well.
Oh, and you guys got to leave as well. What does that even fucking mean? Anyways, I just, maybe he'll explain it a bit, but like, those are like 3 contradicting statements in regards to the first statement of $90K over the course of 3 years to own a house.
And then
which, by the way, how the fuck are they buying a house for $90,000? How the fuck, like that's, in Canada, that's not even a down payment. I know Canadian dollars are a little bit less. It's like 1.141 or 1.41. That's like $90,000 is a down payment. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
He started saying a lot of offensive stuff. Now, he did a lot of other shitty stuff to my sister.
He started saying a bunch of offensive shit. Whoa, what did he do to your sister? Hold on.
Saying a lot of offensive stuff. Now, he did a lot of other shitty stuff to my sister and to my mom. And
what did he do to your sister? Oh, man.
Then his stupid ass fucking daughter got involved, and this person is the biggest flop of all time. This is not a dig at single moms in any way, shape, or form. I respect them because there's hardworking single moms that do care for their children. And I'm going to say this right.
This guy sucks at zombies, by the way, if this is his gameplay.
Right now, this person does not care for their kid. As a matter of fact, they wanted the kid to be aborted. They don't treat them very well. I mean, there's a reason why CPS visited them, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get visited again.
Bro, this video, he's airing out everything. Like, we're getting every fucking detail randomly.
Soon. So, this person has also been arrested. So, her criminal record is online. I've seen it firsthand. It's actually quite funny. The family that everyone thinks in our family, not only mine, but, my other.
Yeah, shout out the single moms for real.
The cousins and shit. It's so funny that the family that everyone thinks is the best financially and together, or they're close or whatever the fuck, they're the worst. They're the brokest. They just pretend to be rich, and they're all disconnected. Like, the whole family fucking sucks. Well, not the whole.
Fuck, that's brutal. So he's essentially gone from holding his uncle as viewing him as like his father figure, viewing him as this super successful guy, to completely switching where he hates his father figure's daughter. He hates the father figure for taking his money and fucking him. Brutal. Talks about the CPS, talks about, jeez, man, that's some brutal shit.
The whole family, but you know what I mean. So anyways, then my uncle's stupid ass fat daughter jumps in and makes threats to my sister. There's still so much that I'm missing. I don't know if this video is gonna get any views. I don't care if anyone's going to watch this, or I don't even know if I'm gonna put this out, but it's something that I've been wanting to get off my chest for a long time. This whole channel will be my therapy, and if you thought this story was hitting up,
that's such a, again, we've already talked about that. We played the initial clip. You cannot live life like that. And frankly, This is a big reason why the H3 podcast kind of turned into what it turned into, is, you know, discussions of their personal life, causing drama, talking about their own drama, having their own situations come to light like that. Like, man, at a certain point, you got to be able to separate the stuff you're talking about from the life you're living. And if you don't, you either have to walk an extremely fine line, which is a stressful existence, frankly, or you're going to turn into this type of situation where you're just, you know, what's that meme? This is sensitive society. I mean, what do you want me to say? That's brutal. I'm a sad, lonely Redditor. Here's some incredibly boring information disguised as a Tumblr post. Please don't all my take shit. Anyways, yeah, you get the point. You get the point. It's just like, bro, you cannot live life like that. You can't, as a content creator. This is you're basically trying to sign your death warrant. You're trying to, especially if he continues with this. I think he's smart enough to understand that the wrong people, because let's be honest, he doesn't want a guy like me finding this. He doesn't want Shamu finding this. Queeman's gonna find this. Like, basically, everyone that thinks he's a fucking loser is gonna find this and make fun of him. If he knows what's up, he's gonna stop posting this and go to therapy, or he's gonna make some fucking friends. But this is like beyond dumbass behavior to post this type of content.
Up, and it was getting caliente, and it was getting spicy. Wait until I might drop a part 2 on this. We'll see how I feel, if I want to.
Guy is an Empregasar clone? No. Sensitive Society was around way before Empregasus. You gotta give the guy credit. He's been around forever. Like, I'm pretty sure he's been around for like a long time. Yeah, 9 years ago. What's this? 2017, bro. 2017. I guarantee you Pegasus doesn't have that type of... And he posted way longer on this. Yeah, 6 years ago.
What is up?
What is this? 2019. It's like, still, it's a while, but let's see the more Pegasus. I think this came later. Yeah. Like, he's just... the reality is, Sense has been around for a long time. So, I'll give him that credit. But outside of that, dude, this is insane. I don't know what the fuck he's thinking. He was like 12? No, that's the thing. He's not 20 years old. He's not 20 years old. I think at the time he was probably a teenager, like 15, 16, 17. Bro, Leafy paved the way. Like, he kind of showed you that you could be like an unintelligent chud and make content. And like, frankly, that's why I was inspired to make content. So why when you go on the Sleep channel, okay, when you go on the Sleep channel, there's a Leafy banner. Eventually I might change this, but like for now it's a fine placeholder. But like, Leafy inspired a lot of content. Yes, because he was an edgy guy, people found entertaining, yada yada. Maybe it wasn't even the best content in retrospect, but more clearly, you saw the blueprint and you go, I could do that. Like, I can do that right now. I have, you know, a capture card, a fucking PS4, and I've got a shitty mic. I can do that. So you when you see somebody else do it, you kind of get inspired to do it. I've thankfully, partially probably because I didn't succeed doing the Leafy clone shit the way Sensitive Society did, I've been able to evolve as a person and as a content creator. Sense, not so much. Like, he's kind of doing the same thing he's always done, which, you know,
right now. But yeah, I mean, that is part 1, if you will, of my uncle stealing over $60,000. And side note, since that house was going to be mine and I was going to buy it, I mean, literally it was going to happen. All right, I started building a second house because it's a pretty big property. So we have the main house.
This is a very confusing story he's telling, because apparently he signed a contract. Where he's paying $90,000 over 3 years. That's what he says at the beginning portion of this video. So where is that contract? Why have you not gone to a lawyer? What's the deal here? I don't understand. I really don't get it. What does that contract look like? I don't know.
And then there was going to be another house. So I started building, money being poured into it, designs, and it was going great. It's probably 50 to 60% completed. Then again, we got
Holy fuck. He's built a second house on the property that's now 50 to 60% completed. Bro, let's lowball it. Let's lowball it and say that that's like a, you know, digging the foundation, putting everything in there. Digging a foundation on the cheap end is like 30,000 US dollars. Yeah, 12,000 for excavation, bro. In Texas, 1,500 to 7,000 for a standard slab on grade home. Total cost to dig, pour, 5 to 11. Okay, so it might not be that bad, but that's digging, right? Slab on grade, pure and beam. Yeah, so it can get, man, if it's a full basement, you're talking $12,000 to $30,000. Rare in Texas, though. They don't do a lot of basements in Texas. Okay. If they're in Texas, I don't know where he's based out of. I'm just assuming Texas because he's Mexican.
we got the phone call. He's like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. He was just like, yeah, I want the house back, and you gotta go, and you gotta pay us rent, and when I'll give you your money, I don't know. And he also started threatening me with
yeah, this story makes no sense to me.
Every single day that you don't respond to me, I'm going to take away from what you've given me. Because at this point, as of right now, I gave him $60,000. But you gotta add the cost that I put in, the investment I put in, by not only buying the house, but also
90K could easily be to property taxes too. Possible. But it would be like property taxes over the last like 50 years for the type of property we're talking about here.
but also building a second house. So the main house was going to be for my mom, my dad, my sister, and then I was going to have my own separate house. So, and that cost money. And my mom asked him, well, are you going to give the money back? And are you also going to give back the money that has invested in this house? I did invest money into the main house because, once again, it was going to be mine. His response was no. Why did he start building in something that isn't his? When, I mean, I have the documents though, bro, which is absolutely fucking disgusting. How could you say?
So, did you hear what he's saying though? He says that they have documents.
When, I mean, I have the documents though, bro,
I have the documents.
which is
He says it quietly. You can't really hear him.
building in something that isn't his. When, I mean, I have the documents though, bro, which is absolutely fucking disgusting. How could you say that when you were like, yeah, this is your house? You're doing the payments. You've given me over $60,000. God knows how much you've invested into this. And now he's like, nah, we're not doing that. I don't know when you're going to see your money, and you're not getting the money back that you invested into the property. So, and you got to pay us rent, and you got to go. And then he also started making threats that he was going to send people over and change the lock. What a sad way to go out. So, moral of the story, and this is something that I wish I would have known sooner: do not mix business with family. I never thought it would happen to me. I never thought I would be betrayed by my uncle and have 50, 60.
I mean, don't mix business with family. Like, it's not a terrible rule to have, but it does seem like you got molested here. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
$60,000 stolen from me. I guess we'll see how shit goes in 6 months, maybe a year. I have the time. You don't. You're close to dying. I have so much more time than you. So,
Bro, he's flexing. He's flexing that his uncle's gonna die. You almost dead, Unc. You almost dead, Unc. I'm in my prime. You almost dead, Unc.
if this drags out for 10 years, I got the time. I'll be in my 30s by then. You'll probably be in the grave. So if you want to drag this,
jeez, bro, that's how you know. Like, that's how you know this is some real shit. Like, that's some hate. Like, he's talking about, like, you're gonna be dead, pussy. You're gonna be dead. All right. So this 60K, who gives a fuck? I'm gonna be 30. I'm gonna be living my life. Insane.
this out, we could.
Yeah, he started at 60 and then became 80. Yeah, true.
Learn from my mistakes. It is the biggest mistake of my life. It is something I wish I could take back because it's something that's been there over the last 6 to 7 months. Ever since November 2025, it all started going downhill. Sorry, December 2025. December to January were fucking horrible months. If you're gonna,
oh yeah, whoever said that this was used in the Sense of Society video, I 100% recall him using this footage in his Pegasus video. 100%. This is like a clip I recall.
buy a house from a family member or a car or if you're gonna make businesses with them, please have a contract. I don't care if it's written
You said you guys signed something. What happened?
on a fucking napkin or a piece of paper that has fucking taki sauce all over it. Make a contract, because you never know.
Oh, so they okay. I mean, most of the time, I think if you even write it down on a piece of paper that's like not super formal, it should be fine. Especially if you have signatures and shit. But yeah, probably go to a lawyer. And have everything signed. Yeah, show the documents. I agree. He probably should. But again, this is like, you know. Anyways,
When they're going to switch up. Never thought it would happen to me. But it could be worse. It's like Ye says,
Lot of pain, lot of hurt, but still could have been worse. And
the past is the past.
damn.
The best gift we have now is a present. So we're going
Damn, this is some gigacopium. Wow.
to move forward. We're going to keep pushing. I've been through so much in my life. This is just another shitty situation that I gotta, keep pushing and moving forward. So yeah, that's my story. That's part one of how my uncle stole
Part 1, holy fuck.
$60,000 from me and sold my house. So if this gets any views, I don't know. I'm just gonna put it out there. Let's see how it goes. Maybe I'll drop a part 2. I have a lot more stories, guys. So if you like this, subscribe, drop a like. I think this channel is just going to be me talking and saying whatever the fuck I want. So yeah, if you're into that, subscribe. Anyways, I'm out. Bye.
Wow. That was something. What do I even say? Sensitive Society as a content creator, I think is a worthless piece of shit. So couldn't happen to a better no, well, that's not true. Could happen to a couple of other people that are worse, but I don't know, wish them well. This sucks. Don't post this type of shit online unless you I mean, if you want to, I'll keep watching it. I think it's awesome. But yeah, crazy shit. Actually fucking crazy.
Okay, I cannot be the only one that thinks this fucking year sucks. I know that I'm
Bro, no shit, you think this year sucks, bro. You got molested by your uncle. You kidding me? You have every reason to think this year sucks. You're like personally, it's been a great year for me. I don't know about you guys. It's been a great year,
I'm lucky and I'm healthy. I know that I'm a lucky individual, but holy shit, this year fucking sucks. I legitimately could come up with 100 reasons why this year has been fucking horrible. And this is something that I told my family actually a few days prior to New Year's Eve. I was like, I don't know, but I have a feeling this year is going to be weird. Like I couldn't shake it off. 2025 was fantastic. 2024 was great, especially 2024.
Sense was having premonitions of 2026 being a bad year.
2025 peak years, but I had a weird feeling that 2026 was going to be bad. And well, if you saw my first video here on this channel, in case you need further context, I'll leave that video. It's definitely one of the videos of all time. I have a feeling that 2026 is not going to be a good year, not only for me, right? Because I know that this world doesn't revolve around me, but I'm just talking for everyone. I think the first thing that comes to mind is that everything is so fucking expensive. Food is expensive, groceries are expensive, gas is fucking insane everywhere. From Cali to Kentucky.
Is this guy talking about gas? Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Thank Trump, thank Israel, thank literally everyone that you support. You fucking loser, bro. Genuinely, like. Ethan Klein should sue the bro. Fuck, bro. I know you're not like. There's this idea that like you want to separate politics from this, from that, from this. Ethan Klein wanted to litigate whether or not like criticizing someone for their soft takes on Israel, whether or not that like counts as Zionism, whether or not that's something that you should be allowed to do. He wanted Noah Sampson to never talk about him again in the settlement offer before dropping the lawsuit altogether. Like, that's what Sensitive Society swept for. And now this fucking dork is talking to me about how everything's expensive. Look at gas prices. Yes, bro, we know. That's part of the frustration, bro. It's insane. It's so fucking insane. Like, and then you have to ask, like, is he just too stupid to understand? Or is he just like talking out of both sides of his mouth?
Expensive gas is fucking insane everywhere. From Cali to Kentucky, the prices for gas have been up. Compare the gas prices to like a year or 2 or 3 ago. We're legitimately getting raped. We go to the grocery store.
Yeah? Why? Why is that? Why are the gas prices so high?
Everything's expensive, extra expensive, milk and meat, and it's just like, I think to myself, how is the average person getting by? You have fucking AI data centers taking over people's houses, legitimately forcing them.
Is Sense woke? What the fuck? What? When did this happen? Wensitive woke society, bro. I don't know what to say. This is like a complete switch up. What are we doing?
Them to get out of their own house just because these greedy fucking billionaires and trillionaires.
Who am I listening to right now? What is going on? Yeah, Unk took his house and he became a lefty. What? He's hashtag our guy question mark? What the fuck is going on? Bro, Sense is waking up. Sense is we're like, you know what? Stay on this Mitsukan video, okay? We're like 3 videos away from him like calling for the death of Netanyahu, okay? We're almost there.
They want more AI, they want to improve it, they want to do all these other things, they want to build so many data centers, not caring about nature and not caring about the people that live.
This motherfucker cares about nature? What?
There or nearby, because those data centers are loud. They disturb the people. I fucking hate that. It's so sad to see people.
Like, it's a little bit more than just that, but like, yeah. Wow. He's woke. Eco-terrorist society. Real. I cannot believe who the fuck this is. Who are we listening to? They're loud, are they? I think he's confusing it with windmills. Frankly, I don't know what a data center sounds like.
Who've lived there for 20, 30, 40, 50 years, having to move out. You're already a multi-millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire. Do you really need more? How much is the greed? Like, don't get it twisted. I'm all about getting the bag. But when you're hurting innocent people that are just scraping by, it's just like, I don't fuck with that.
This motherfucker's woke. Holy shit. Holy shit, bro. If only he watched the Noah Samson video, okay, he would understand. It's so crazy though, right? Like this rhetoric, this like class conscious rhetoric that is non-existent on his main channel. Like genuinely non-existent.
There. Do you really need more? How much is the greed? Like, don't get it twisted. I'm all about getting the bag. But when you're hurting innocent people that are just scraping by, it's just like, I don't fuck with that in any way, shape, or form. It is useful. AI could be.
Like on main channel, you fuck with that. On main channel, you love it when like multi-millionaires fuck with people that don't have that. It's so crazy. Like this is the switch up of the century. What are we watching? He got giga molested so hard that he shapeshifted into Karl Marx. Fuck, dude. I actually like this channel.
Be useful if used right. But I personally think it has gone out of control. And I think it's way too late to stop it. If there was a time to stop this, it would have been 2-3 years ago. But I think it's way too advanced.
It's because he's, audience captured on main. Yeah, probably. But it gets to a point where, like, these guys love sensitive society. He could slowly shift over. There's a way for him to do that. There's genuinely a way for him to do that. I don't know why he's got to be, like, such a fucking kind of rightoid chud on main. Like, oh, fuck you, Noah Samson. It's like, I know that you know taking the negative view of Noah Samson is going to get you views. You can do that. There's a way to do that and criticize and say you don't like Noah Samson and say you think he's gay and all this shit, okay? While still supporting, a spot that makes you look a little bit better, makes your views, clearly he views things this way. Like clearly he has this, class conscience rhetoric in his head a little bit. Why the fuck aren't you willing to say it on main? Like there's a way for you to say this. I don't know. Sleepy, remember when he debated Ethan is online? No, I don't remember that. We can look at that at some point.
Vans. Going back to the whole prices situation, you literally cannot go to the mall with 20 bucks anymore. And I might be giving my age
Mexican talking about how we can't go to the mall anymore. That's so funny.
away, and I might sound extremely
Like, is that not
unk. But back when I was a kid / teen, 20 bucks felt like $200 when going to the mall. You could have bought a game. You could have bought...
Who goes to the mall? Come on. That's bait.
A pack of cards and maybe a candy or a soda.
Although I used to go to the mall when I was a kid or when I was a teenager. Because I lived... I'm not going to say that. But I lived in a spot where you could like bike to the mall, and then the soccer field was right next to the mall, and the gym was attached to the mall. So you everybody kind of like was in the same area. It was pretty cool, actually, to be honest.
Or, you know, hot...
I remember when I was like 16, I asked out this girl because I thought she was super hot. She was like 26. She's like, honey, how old are you? And I was like, how old are you? She's like, I'm 26. I'm like, I'm down. Yeah, she lil bro'd me is what happened. Okay, 16-year-old me got cooked. It's over.
Cheetos or whatever the fuck it might be. That was like with 25 bucks. But nowadays,
Listen, she was 26, but she didn't look 26. I thought she was my age, frankly, at the time.
the only thing you could afford for 20 bucks at the mall is maybe the parking. If they charge for
They're charging for parking now? What?
parking, maybe you could afford to get the fuck out. I keep thinking about when I was a little kid and how cheap, well, quote unquote cheap everything was. Nowadays, it's like, what, the PS5 is $600, $800.
Oh my god. I mean, it's funny to hear him say this and stuff. But yeah, it is.
Xbox and Sony continue to rise the prices.
They're charging for parking at the mall. Stop. Dude, America is a hellscape. What do you mean they're charging for parking? At the mall? Huh? That's some of the most insane shit I've ever heard. The whole fucking point of the parking is to attract, like, you can park your car and then go spend money. What do you mean you gotta spend money to spend money? What the fuck does that mean? How does that make any sense, bro?
Goes on, consoles have gone more expensive as time goes on. It's fucking ridiculous. It's just not right. It's bad. It's bad. Everything's expensive. This is literally a battle royale. Let's see who could survive the longest. People want to travel, and gas is expensive. Fuel is expensive if you want to go overseas. Like I said previously, I'm going back to Japan later this year. And because of all the drama with fuel and gas prices, of course, that made Japan flights a lot more expensive. A lot more expensive compared to 2 years ago. And especially...
Yeah, my brother flew to Japan. Had he booked his ticket like a month later, it would have been double the cost. Insane. See, he still has enough for Japan. Yeah, so he should be good. Drama. Check again input. Huh? You got my like. I'm so confused. Motherfucker flying to Japan and bitching about money. Yeah, but like you can listen. 60K is 60K. You know what I mean? Like it still sucks to lose. But listen, he's addicted to Japan. Okay, he loves his he loves his tight Asians. There you go. That's one of those ones we take the face cam off for.
Going to the movies used to be cheap. I remember when I could go to the movies when I was a little kid, right? My mom would take us to the movies and the tickets would be $6, maybe $7. Actually,
I mean, tickets are still pretty cheap. They're like $12, $13, $14, $15. Strategic Wiggler, yes. Am I Bulgarian? No, I'm not Turkey Tom.
Actually, I think it was a little cheaper, but I digress. Let's just say it was between $5 to $7 per person. I literally tried to go see Toy Story 5. And
motherfuckers trying to watch Toy Story. Are we dead ass? You wanted to watch this movie? Well, why? Why did you want to do this? Wigglers should be illegal? Fuck you. Wigglers are super useful for like when I'm into hour 3 or 4 and I'm like, I can't do this anymore, but I still want to stream. You know what I'm saying?
Here in San Diego, I opened the AMC.
Oh, he's in San Diego. Now we know. So he's not in Texas, he's in San Diego, which I imagine is a lot more expensive to build in.
App, and I'm just like, okay, Toy Story 5, I got nothing to do, let me pull up. And I'm not shitting you, this was not even the VIP experience, all right? This is just like the normal seats. It was, if I'm not mistaken, it was $20. Sorry, it was 20 something bucks. Let's say it was $23. That's pre-tax, by the way. So let's say for one regular,
Yeah, this guy's just bitching about cost of living. Let's jump ahead of it.
school. So what family could afford that? It's so fucking expensive. I want to go see the band Muse. They put out a new album. I love it. I want to go. I want to take my family with me. Seats in section 300 are like $160. It's like,
yeah, man.
A few.
Yeah, this guy's like discovering that things cost money. Crazy.
Every single time I go outside, it feels like I'm spending $500, and I truly do feel bad for the people that are making, you know, the bare minimum, who are struggling to get by. It's just not fair. Everything is expensive, and the quality is not there. The 2020s, but especially from 2025 ish to now, has been brutal. I'm not only saying that for my personal life, but I think for everyone. It truly is a battle royale.
I don't listen. What do you want me to say? I obviously agree with a lot of what he's saying here. I just think it's so funny that this like chud ass type content creator is saying all this. I'm not saying that you need to make like woke ass content. I don't even think that my content's particularly woke. Like, I think obviously I offer sometimes like a pretty woke perspective, but I don't woke it up 24/7, you know? Yeah, this is his left-leaning channel. It's crazy how he's just now coming to this conclusion, but yeah, well, that's what's so, yeah. And it's tough because, like, I'm of two minds. Like, on the one hand, you want people to reach this conclusion. On the other hand, like, you have this, like, feeling that you're like, what took you so long, you know? You're super woke, sleepy, shut up, brother LeMayo. I mean... I'm Canadian, bro. Like, it's I'm just predisposed to being woke to begin with. Like, I was always going to be more left leaning than like your average American. Like, we have healthcare. You know what I mean? Like, that's like a concept the American mind cannot understand. You know what I mean? Because you guys need to give tax breaks to the ultra wealthy. Okay, Bezos needs to afford more fuel. Okay, fuel is very expensive. Right now, there's a war going on, okay? Israel and the United States are going after Iran, so the Strait is blocked. So you have to think about it this way. Right now, Bezos, his yacht, it costs a lot of money to fuel. So he needs a tax break so that his fuel, okay, even though it costs more, he can still afford it. You understand? You gotta think about who really matters. Okay, what was the other woke shit? I heard some woke shit. You're super woke. Shut up, bro. Every time you get mentioned by Hassan, everyone's in the replies talking about how racist you are. Yeah, that's what's awesome. That's what's awesome is that, like, on the one hand, like, the chuds think I'm woke, and the super woke people think I'm a chud. So I think I'm balancing it very well. That's the way I see it, at least. Like, if both, I don't want to say extremes, but if both like further sides of the aisle think that you're kind of like a fuck ass, you know, chud or like a wokey, it's probably a good thing.